Hey guys, it's Jessie and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we have the 6th update to my Pan Those Eyeshadows series. So if you are a little bit confused as to why there are no other Pan Those Eyeshadows videos on this channel, it's because I've recently started a new makeup channel, which is this channel. So my previous 5 updates and the intro is going to be on my old channel, and I'll leave that playlist linked in the description. So if you are new, you can catch up and then join us over on this channel. But if you are from my old channel and you're over here to watch the new makeup content, then hi, hello, welcome back. Today we have some super exciting updates to this project. And just quickly, if you're unfamiliar with what a Pan Those Eyeshadows project is basically a project pan style rolling project focusing on eyeshadow, where you pick a certain number of eyeshadows to focus on in your collection. So the way I do it is I randomly select and randomly generate 6 numbers, and they correlate to different eyeshadows in my collection. I've got them all listed out in a spreadsheet in chronological order. I will select those eyeshadows that have been randomly generated, and I will work on them until either I hit pan on them or I hit the 30 use threshold, and then I will roll them out and roll in another set of eyeshadows depending on how many I've hit pan on or whatever. But without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So we've got some really exciting progress this month. So I'm going to move over to the side slightly so I'll be able to put in progress photos. So the first palette I have to show you is my Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette, and I had rolled in the shade Bang Bang 2 months ago, I believe. So here are the progress photos from that. So this month I used it 9 times, which brought up my total uses to 18. And here is what it is looking like now. It is just this shade here. As you can see, there is a bit of a dip forming. You can't see a proper finger mark or anything, but you can see that that shade is slightly lower. You can see I've also hit a bit of hard pan here, but yeah, I don't think I'll end up hitting pan on this shade, but I think I will hit the 30 uses next month. Hopefully I'll need to use it 12 times, so hopefully I can do that. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's quite lightly pigmented. It's not a proper, like, it's not a super shimmery shade. It's definitely, I think, my least favorite shade in this whole palette, so that is why it is taking me a while to work through. But I do enjoy this palette. I've enjoyed having it in the project for a little bit to kind of focus on it a little bit more. I do think it will end up being my Pan That palette soon, because it is my 3rd oldest palette. So once I work my way through my other 2 palettes in that kind of series, I'll probably roll this one in. But I enjoy it. As you can see, I've already hit pan on 2 of the shades outside of this project, and I really do like it, so I will be keeping that one in, and I will swatch that for you so you can see. So yeah, that is what that shade looks like there. So you can see it's quite a light shimmer. It's not super pigmented or anything, but it is nice. I do enjoy it, so that one's going to be staying in this month. Next up we have my Sigma Enchanted palettes. This is a newer palette to me, and I was really excited to roll it in, so I'll put in the progress pictures here. I've only had this in for 1 update, and I used this 19 times this month, and here you can see it now. I don't know if you can see too well, it's a very dark shade, but there is starting to get a slight kind of brush strokes and marks in the pan. I'm trying to focus on the kind of central upper area. I don't know if you can see too well, but I have just been using it on my lower lash line. I don't know if you can see, just to kind of like smoke it out a bit, make it a little bit darker. I think it looks really nice because it's almost black, but like obviously not that dark, and I think it works really nicely. So yeah, I used this 19 times this month, and it will be staying in the project. It's a really gorgeous shade. I really enjoy using it, so I will just swatch this. I've actually got 2 more Sigma palettes on the way, which I'm super duper excited for, so I keep buying makeup basically. But yeah, I'm really excited. So that is the shade there. As you can see, very dark, but it is green. You can definitely see a bit of green. It pulls more green in person. You can't see it too well on camera, and then obviously under the eyes it does pull a little more green because I'm using like a lighter amount. But yeah, that is just what that shade looks like, so that will be staying in as well. And then lastly, for the palettes staying in, I have my Nikki Tutorials X Beauty Bay palette. I have the shade Basic Trut in, Basic Trut, I'm not completely sure. Here are the progress photos, and here is where we are at now. So as you can see, there is a huge dip forming. It's just this one here. I'm really happy with that dip. I think, as you can see in the other pan I've hit in this palette, pans aren't too deep, they're pretty shallow, so I definitely 100% will have hit this by next month, and I'm really happy with that dip. It just looks like, oh, like that's such a good dip. It was basically untouched last month, and now I've got a huge dip in the middle, and I'm super excited about that. So I've used this one 19 times as well. I've been using this to kind of set my eyelids, and it's a really nice colour for that, and it's super pigmented, super pretty, so I'm really happy with that progress. I will also swatch that for you guys. You probably won't be able to see it too well because it's obviously kind of like a skin tone type colour for me, but yeah, that is just what it looks like there. You can kind of see it. It's a really nice kind of setting shade for me. It works really well, so that is just what that one looks like. And then for palettes that are rolling out, we have the Riviera palette. palette from ABH. So I'll put in the progress pictures here. I had in the shade Bahamas, which is the kind of neon-y pink colour. And here is what it's looking like now. As you can see, I've started to form a bit of a dip, but it is such a pigmented shadow, there was absolutely no way I was hitting pan. So I used this 8 times this month to bring it up to 30 uses total. That is just what it's looking like there. As you can see, very slight dip, but I'm happy to roll this out because there's only so much you can do with pink, and I can definitely get bored of pink really easily. So I'm happy to be kind of swapping something new in. So yeah, that one's going to be rolling out for this month. And then also from my Naked Honey palette, I had in the shade Queen. So I'll put in my progress pictures, and here is what we are looking like now. So it's just this shade here. As you can see, we've got a really good dip going on. I'm really happy with that. Definitely my least favorite shade in the whole palette, I think, but I'm really happy to have some progress in it. I used it for the 30th time today. I used it 9 times this month to reach the 30 use threshold. I'm using it in the outer corner. I don't know if you can see, but it just kind of deepens up the look nicely because it's slightly too dark for me and my skin tone and my preferences to use all over the lid, but it works nice in the outer corner. And I've been mixing it with this shade here, Golden. As you can see, a big dip forming in there as well. So yeah, definitely getting some more progress in here. I've been using this one in the crease a lot. So yeah, nice to see some progress in this palette because it is reasonably new. But yeah, I used this 9 times this month for 30 uses total. And then finally we have this one, which took me literally forever. This was the Garden Variety palette, and I had the shade Herbivore in. So this has been in for this is the 3rd month, I think, maybe. So I'll put in the progress photos so you can see. I had used it 30 times last month, but I was trying to keep going to hit pan. But I ended up having to use it for 22 more uses this month, which was absolutely insane. I did not think it would be that long because Colourpop shades are normally pretty like loosely packed. They're normally pretty light and you can work through them reasonably quickly, but this took me 53 uses total to hit the pan that I've got in there now. But I've now got a pan, as you can see, a little shiny baby pan, and this palette is going back. Like, I don't need to look at that Herbivore shade anymore. I've been pulling for it. I pulled for it 53 days in a row to set my eyelids. Like, that is unheard of. Just so much use, and finally we are done. So but having that pan now brings up my total number to 25 eyeshadows with pan in them, which is so small compared to my total number of shadows, which is 422, because I did get a new palette this month. I got the Charlotte Tilbury Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotise, and next month it's going to go up even more. I've got 3 palettes on the way. So yeah, it's just the way it is. But my pan percentage is still currently 5.9%. It's been 5.9% for the last 3 months because I've been consistently hitting pans, but also consistently buying more makeup. But now for the exciting bit, we're going to roll in 3 new shades to replace these 3 palettes here. So I'm going to pull up a random number generator, and I'm going to put in the numbers from 1 to 397 because that is the amount of shadows I have eligible to hit pan in them. I keep in all my blacks and everything. The only ones that I kind of take out are shades that already have pan in them. And also my palettes are in chronological order, so the lower the number, the older the palette, the higher the number, the newer the palette. So generating the first number, we have 311. So that is a much newer palette. That is going to be from my NARS Afterglow palette, I believe. Shade 311 is called Hotline. So this is the palette here. I definitely haven't used it too much, and I'm definitely happy to kind of have some use in it. So the shade Hotline, oh, that's interesting, is this, oh sorry, you can see the thing. It is this kind of, that orange shimmer shade at the top there. So I will give that a swatch and see what it looks like. I got this palette as a gift from Reagan when she was kind of decluttering some of her makeup, and I haven't used it too much, but the shades are really nice. It's really pretty. Oh, I like that. So that is like an orange. It's kind of, it's like a glittery shimmer. It's more so a kind of like light shimmer with glitter in it, I guess. It's not super sparkly, but I definitely think that'll be interesting to play with. I think that would look really pretty on the eyes, maybe on like a lower lash line or outer corner. But yeah, that's really pretty. And this is the first time that this palette has been in this project, so I'm super excited for that. So yes, that is the first shade. It's going to be Hotline from the NARS Afterglow palette. So the next one is going to be shade 121. So that's a low one. That comes from my LA Splash palette, I believe. 121 is the shade Onyx, and I believe that might be a black. So yeah, this is that palette here, and the shade Onyx, yes, it is a black. So that is what the shade looks like there. I will keep it in, probably will hit 30 uses on this, not too sure. I'll be using it to like tightline and use it as an eyeliner and stuff like that because I don't use black in my looks very often. But yeah, I'm excited that we're rolling in some palettes that I don't really use too often because I can definitely get some more use out of it. I will swatch this one. Obviously it is a black, and this is a pretty black, like it's pretty dark. So yeah, that is it, just one swatch. So very dark color, and we definitely got a bit of a grungy color story going on here with the green and the black. But yeah, that is what it's looking like so far. And then for the last shade, so then we've got 391. So that's another really new one. I think that's from my Charlotte Tilbury. No, it's from a different, yeah, it's from my Charlotte Tilbury palette. So I only just got that one. So I think, I don't know, I feel like I kind of want to, No, I'll keep it in. So yeah, that is from my Charlotte Tilbury palette, and it is the third shade along in the Love Glow trio. So this is the Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize palette, and it is the third shade along in the Love Glow little trio. So that is this one here. So I'm super excited about that. I'm glad it's a max. That's probably going to be a little bit easier to work with. But yeah, I'll probably be doing a lot of this look this month. But yeah, I'm really actually excited to roll this in. I was debating whether to kind of keep it in or not, because obviously it's a new palette. I don't want to hit pan straight away, but I can hit pan in a small part of the palette and still have loads left. So definitely excited to have this one in. I will give it a little swatch. These shades are so like gorgeous and beautifully pigmented. I love them. They look absolutely amazing on the eyes. They are super pretty and just they blend amazingly, and so I'm super duper excited to have that one in. And that is the shade there at the top. It is a gorgeous kind of like light kind of brick red color, so I'm really excited about that. This is a really fun color story. I'm really happy with the palettes that we've picked. We've definitely got a vast mix. We've got like 2 shimmers and then 4 mattes, which is always fun. I feel like mattes can often be easier to hit pan in depending on how you're using them. Actually, it depends though, because shimmers you're going in with your fingers, so I guess it could be a mix. But yeah, we've got some really exciting palettes in this month. So predictions for next month, I feel like I could have hit the 30 uses for this one, and also I feel like I will definitely have hit pan on this one, hit the 30 uses on this one, and hopefully maybe 30 uses or pan on this, I'm not too sure. And then these 3, this one hopefully, but I'm not sure. I don't love the shade too much, so I'm only using it now and then. These ones will be super fun to play with, so I'm really excited for this month. I think we've got a really fun set of looks to kind of play with, really interesting colours, and I'm really excited. So that colour story definitely looks super fun. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give this a like down below, hit subscribe, turn on the bell to join a little club, make sure you turn on all notifications, then you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are interested, my social medias and my main channel will all be linked in the description for you to check out. Thank you guys again, I've said this already, for so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!